Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Good evening once again. Good evening, good morning and good afternoon from wherever you're joining us from. All protocols duly observed. All right, please, if you're joining us, kindly mute your mic so that it won't interrupt our session while it's on. I can see about 18 people here tonight. So let's just get started while others join us as we proceed. Okay, today's topic is going to be amazing because we have a lot of things to discuss about. And we're going to go deep dive into the RQTMI Magic 1, 2, 3, and in-depth analysis. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. So in case, but before I get started, in case you are new, you just newly activated your account, please, can you indicate on the chat session with 111 if this is your first time joining us on the Zoom and you just recently renewed your account or activated your account? If it can be yesterday, it can be today, it can be 2 days ago, just kindly indicate on the chat session with 111. Okay, good. Wow. Okay. Okay, I can see Queen Nana. I can see Mika. I don't know if it's a male or female. I can see, okay. King John, okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, okay. I can see King Abdurrahim. That's awesome. Well, Abdurrahim, you have a namesake here. Kosadisu, you have a namesake here.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
you're all welcome. So let me say a congratulations to the newbies. Once more, you're all welcome. You are at the right place. Okay. So because of those who are just joining us, please, we need to just use about 7 to 10 minutes to talk about what ReactQ is all about so that they'll have a better understanding. So let me share my screen, please. Let's get started. My name is Mohammed Adabag, V3, Team Motion International, while my colleague right here tonight with me is Coach Salisu, V2, Team Motion International. All right, so let me kindly share my screen. Just hold on, give me a few minutes, please.
Okay, kill it. Come and close this and push it to the corner but before this guy. Close it, just close it.
Just close it yourself so that you not your noise from your background will not disturb us, please.
Coach Salisu, can you see my screen, please?
Yeah, I can see it very clear.
All right. Okay. So as you can see on my screen right now, it says ReactQ, cryptocurrency trading robot. So for those who are just joining us, you may be wondering what this robot is all about, why we are so passionate about this robot. We just need to be passionate because it is one of the best, like the best of the best. So I will explain what ReactQ is all about. Okay, so as you can see on my screen, it says ReactQ trading bot. This is the definition of ReactQ. ReactQ trading bot is a computer program based on a set of cryptocurrency trading signals that helps determine whether to buy or sell a crypto pair at a given time. So what this means is that the robot does the buying and selling for you. Okay, it buys and sells on your behalf. All right, so let's move on. This program was developed in 2017, but was launched in 2021 after it went through rigorous trials and testing by the owners in Singapore. So it originated from Singapore and it has been in existence 2017, that's when they developed it, but it has to go through rigorous tests because this is artificial intelligence. It has to go through tests so that everything will be perfect before they will launch it to the market for use. Okay, the founders are anonymous. The owners are anonymous, so there's nothing like this. This is the CEO of ReactQ, or so is the CEO. Nobody knows who the CEO of ReactQ is, and it is none of our business because it's like an open source. We just plug in and play. Our money is not on ReactQ. Okay, so we only rent these robots to come and trade on our behalf because of we are taking advantage of the artificial intelligence robot. So that is what we are using because it is an artificial intelligence robot. If you are not conversant about the technology right now, that is the future. Artificial intelligence is the future. Very, very soon, you can walk up into a restaurant and a robot will come and serve you right where you are. That's just the fact because it is already happening in the advanced country. Robots serve people in the restaurant. Robot can clean your house for you, can mop your house for you, can cook for you. This is already what is happening in this 21st century. So it's going to get into it. It may take time, but that is the future. Is already happening in other countries. So that is the future. So you are early to make use of this artificial intelligence. So you should be thankful for coming into this or for whoever introduced you here tonight. All right, so let's proceed, please. RQTMI Robots Trading is a semi-automated AI trading bot which helps to monitor the coin you have statistically analyzed and picked to trade. So what this means is that it is a semi-automated. What this semi-automated means is that you will have to give the robot the instruction to carry out for you. Unlike other, I don't mention name, unlike other platforms that have crashed and all that, those are automated. Automated, it is risky because you don't have full control of it. And unlike other automated that you don't have full control of your money, you have to put the money in the system, which is risky. But here, you have control over your funds and it is semi-automated. So you will tell the robot what to do for you. Okay, so now the coins are analyzed in an application called TradingView. So before we go on to the robot to set up the give the robot the instructions to trade for us, we have to go and analyze these coins to know what are the settings that will be inputted on the RQTMI before it will carry out the trading for us on our Binance account. Okay, please, if you are wondering that, I don't know how to trade, don't worry about that. We all got it covered. You don't need to have any trading skills. We've made this thing very easy that even a 15 years old can use. As long as you are ready to follow our simple instructions, you have nothing to worry about. Even a grandma, a grandpa can use these same skills. Just follow our simple instructions and you are good to go and you can start printing money while you sleep. All right, so let's move on, please, because of time. So you can see on my screen how RQTMI works. So how does it work? This is a very good question. RQTMI works with the #1 crypto exchange in the world, which is known as Binance. If you don't know Binance, we have a lot of crypto exchange in the crypto space. We have over 100, but RQTMI choose the best of the best, the #1 in the world because of their transparency and the security and the person behind the platform. Okay, so now it's just like let's say your bank, GTB, wherever whichever bank you use, GTB, Echo Bank, Zenith Bank. That is how Binance works. Binance is your digital crypto bank, whereby your funds are in your bank account. You can have access to it anytime you want with a click of a button. Okay, so now your trading capital and profit stays in your spot wallet in your Binance account. So remember I said at the beginning that you are not giving RQTMI your money. Your RQTMI is in your crypto bank account, which is known as Binance. As you can see, it is secure and safe, 100% guaranteed. Okay, but now before you get started with Binance, before you can start using Binance and RQTMI, you will need to do what is known as KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer. So it is the same application or the same procedures you do in your bank, whereby if you want to open a new bank, you have to fill a form, they'll ask for your details, you give them your picture and all that. So that's the same process you are going to carry out on opening of Binance accounts. All right, so before you can use Binance and RQTMI to trade, you also need to carry out what is known as this KYC will also be what will be able to carry out your verification for transactions. So after you've done your KYC, it will enable you to be able to carry out transactions after the verification. All right, so let's move on, please. Now, how do you connect your Royal Queue to your Binance? That's another good question. So there is what is known as API, which stands for Application Programming Interface, API. This means it allows two applications to talk to each other. So now when you connect your Royal Queue after activating it to your Binance, it means you are giving Royal Queue access to be able to trade on your behalf in your Binance account. It allows buy, allows sell, then it also allows to monitor the market on your behalf, but it does not allow withdrawal and it does not allow transfer of your assets. So your assets are 100% secured. Royal Queue can never have access to take out your funds because you, the owner, only are the person that is responsible to take out your funds anytime you want. All right. So now you ask me, how in the crypto space, we have 3 types of trading. So now what is Royal Queue going to trade for you? Is it sports market? Is it futures market? Is it ETF market? Now, let me explain. The number 1 and the safest among these 3 I just mentioned, which is sports market, futures market, and ETF market. The number 1 and safest is sports trading. Why I say sport trading is you don't lose money in sport trading, and that is where our focus is going to be tonight. We are only interested in sport trading because that is what we use Royal Queue for. So in sport trading, it only buys low and sells high. There is no margin call or futures trading because futures trading is what uses margin call, whereby you can lose your money if the trade goes against you. Okay, so it carries out several trades in a day. Human being cannot do that. Human being cannot carry out over 100 trades in a day. It is not possible. You cannot be on your computer and start. You must sleep. You must get tired. That is why we use Royal Queue. And then there's one amazing thing about Royal Queue. When the market is going down, you are making money. When the market is going up, you are making more money. That is margin calls. So it has a special features that will make you money even when the market is going down, and you make more money when the market is going up. And then there is no emotions and no losses because we are using robots. Robot does not have emotions. If it's humans that are trading now, when maybe you hear a news like a Ford, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, that is the most common thing in the crypto space. Maybe they'll say Binance want to crash tomorrow, or they'll say so want to happen tomorrow, or they'll say BTC we crash tomorrow. All those are trash. They are just trying to scare people out of the market. So with that, now you can quickly go and sell in loss. But if it's the robot that is trading for you, it has no emotion. The news does not affect it. It will keep on buying and selling for you. So as you can see on my screen here, it will buy low and sell high, whereby the distance between this and this is the profit made. That is amazing. So as long as you are patient and let the robot do the work for you, you will always make profits and zero loss. That is just the fact. All right, so let's proceed. Please, if you have questions, you can just wait after the session. You can ask your questions, or you can also drop your questions on the chat session so that we can answer them one after the other. Okay, so now how to use the robot too. We are still talking about how to use a Royal Queue robot. So Royal Queue robot has 2 types of strategy, okay, which can be used to trade. And number 1 is circle strategy, which is the automatic, and then the other one is one-shot strategy, which is the semi-automatic. I will explain why we call it automatic and semi-automatic. All right, so what actually the circle stands for is it will keep buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling for you. Okay, and then you can also use what's it called? You can use like there are some, you can subscribe to some people whereby they'll trade for you on your behalf. They will be the ones to do it, but they'll take some percentage out of your profits. We call them copy trading. You can also employ that to work for you, to using the copy trading tool. It still falls under circle. So this circle buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell for you. But we are basically using one shot because that is what we recommend more. With one shot, you make more money with this. Okay, so now, as you can see on my screen, whereby we have the projected monthly profits, because you want to know how is this profitable? What percentage of profit can I make if I invest my money into these RQTMI robots to trade? So the circle strategy, you can see it. You make between 5 to 30% profit of your capital invested, while the one shot, which I said it is recommended in Team Motion International, you make between 5 to 100% monthly of capital invested. So if I ask you, which would you prefer? Definitely you go for this because you make more profits. Okay, so that is why we recommend this. All right, so one thing you also have to have at the back of your mind is that RQTMI takes 20% of the profit generated per trade as gas fee. Okay, so you, the user, have 80% and then RQTMI takes 20%. Okay, so that is how they charge. Okay, so you take, this is excluding the amount you paid for the robot for activation. So this 20% will always be deducted anytime the robot makes profit for you. If there's no profit, they don't take this from your gas fee. So take note of that. So that in case you notice that your gas fee is going down, it is because you are making money. Whenever you see your gas fee going down, you are making money in your Binance account. Okay, so as you can see, these are the trading profits of from the trades RQTMI carried out on my screen. You can see these are the profits made from RQTMI, and as you can see from my screen, we have $14, we have $5. The profits are not they are not stable because the market goes up and down. You understand? So sometimes you make more money, sometimes you make low money, but one thing about this is that you are making money every day. You can see 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are making money every single day. As long as followed our instructions, you are going to be making money every day. All you just need is to get your capital. The more capital you use, the more profit you make. All right, so thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This is just an overview of what RQTMI is all about. So like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free, ask your question in the chat session, and then we are going to answer them one after the other. Coach Salisu, are you ready to take over from me?
Yes, I am.
Or do you have anything to add from what I just said?
Yeah, I think I'll just add 1 or 2 things.
All right, you can proceed.
I used to say that RQTMI is the best business in the whole 9 planet because whether it's offline or online, your business is done on your smartphone. There's nothing like I lost money. And your money is 100% in your custody. It's a business that your children can inherit, can continue from where you stop. You just need to make sure that your wife or your family member has your login details. Once you die, your children can continue from where you stop. But the job that you and I are doing, even if you are collecting 700,000 monthly, is mind-blowing. But the day you die, that is the end. Nobody is going to continue to pay your family, which is why we recommend this RQTMI as one of the business that anybody should venture into. Right? There's nothing like I lost money, and everything is done on your smartphone. You only need internet, data, internet, and smartphone. That's all. I think that's what I would add.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Salisu. All right, so you can share your screen. You can take over from me.
Okay, so now the topic for today, we'll just go into the topic for today that says RQTMI Magic 1, 2, and 3 in-depth analysis. We want to analyze why do RQTMI choose that kind of settings, right? You cannot see our setting on YouTube. Go to YouTube if you think we want to challenge us and maybe we are lying. Go to YouTube and go and search for a video that talks about our setting, except somebody that watched our video and now go and create it. So, Coach Mo, am I making sense?
Yeah, you're actually making sense. Please, just a correction. Somebody is referring me to ebook. I am Muhammad Adaba, or you can call me Coach Mo. Don't mind the name on my screen. That is not my name, please. Okay. So the clarification is done. Yeah, you can proceed, Coach Salisu.
Okay, so Now, what we're going to do in this session is to ensure that you guys understand Magic 1, 2, and 3. Now, and also understand how to trade. There are different ways of trading. We have 5 ways of trading. Magic 4 is a very powerful tactics of trading, of which we are still thinking of, are we going to release this? Coach Mo, are you sure we're going to release this? Or we should just keep it and allow them to do
No, let's just, one thing I can see about those who joined us tonight is that they are really ready. They are hungry for information and knowledge, and that inspires me more, because you can see we are about 1,000 in the group, but look at how many of us present today here. So, but those who are here will always be lucky, because they will always come first. You understand? Among every other person in that group that's always refused to join the Zoom meeting. So let's share everything out to them. As long as they are here tonight, it shows they are serious and they really want to learn this.
Okay, maybe we would have a discussion, one-on-one discussion on it. But I'm still skeptical on throwing that thing on the YouTube channel. It is a tactic that I don't bloody care about the chat, to hell with the chat. Put 1.5 minimum, $1,515 per coin. It covers whether it's bearish, whether it's bullish, it's covered 100%. Just close your eye and go check what you make and withdraw. That's what you should do. But we'll still talk about it, Coach Mo. So now I will run you guys through the Magic 1, 2, and 3, and also show you guys why we chose to trade like that. That's one. If you know the why, you not play with it. And 2, how you can use it to trade. And 3, what style you can use, how you can manipulate it to your benefits. Now, if you go to my screen, I will go and open the chart. You can continue admitting people, Coach Mo.
All right, let me do that.
So if you look at if you can see my screen, now this is Magic 1. Minimum capital is $320. The minimum capital you can use for this Magic 1 is $320. This is an Excel sheet. If you are a newbie here and you don't have this Excel sheet, you can chat your upline to get it for you, or you can request for it on the group where you got the link for this Zoom meeting. Now, this is Magic 1. I know for sure that if you're a newbie, you'll be wondering what is risk type, what is remark, what is first buy, what is open position double. All these things are parameters on your royal queue. Once you get these settings, the only thing you do in this sheet is to edit the capital that you want to inject in a coin. Once you inject your capital, it will calculate the settings for you. All you just need to do is copy and paste. Simple. Now, what is, I don't think I would want to, I think I will have to schedule another date for talking about parameters. Risk type, remark, first buy in amount, open position, double margin.
Yes, I think we need to, Coach Salis, I think we need to find another session that will talk about that. That also reminds me, so that they'll have a full understanding of those settings at the back office.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow. That will be okay. If tomorrow is okay by you.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so now all these parameters you're seeing is what is going on in the market where you go and buy your smartphone. But in this case, they now bring it into AI, right? I will explain and break it down. If you're new, you don't worry yourself. Just keep attending this meeting. You'll be surprised with the kind of knowledge you accumulate. Now, once you have this sheet, if your capital is $320 and above, minimum $320, you can decide to use this sheet. the magic one, sorry, because the requirement is minimum capital $320. So let's say I have $320 and I want to trade. I'll just come to this sheet. I'll go to remark and go to remark, this remark here. Change the capital to what? I have 320. I will remove 20 from the 320. Guys, I'll be very slow because I know some of us are slow learners. I want to ensure that everybody is carried along. I want to also ensure that everyone understands the intricacy of Magic 1, 2, and 3. So at any point in time, you know how to use it and you know what it entails. And you can also teach it to any of your team members. Like I say, if you want to use Magic 1, the minimum capital is $320. All you just need to do is to come to this place, edit it. Now, before you edit, you say your capital minus $20. 320 minus 20, you have 300. So you type 300 there. 300. Once you type 300, it will calculate your capital. So these are the parameters you are going to copy and save in your Royal queue. You don't need to stress yourself that you want to use calculator. Just slot in your capital. It will give you what you are supposed to save in your Royal queue settings. You just copy and paste. Just go and save the settings on your Royal queue. Somebody will say, how would I save it? You go to your Royal queue, tap on mine, yeah. When you tap on mine, it will bring you to this page. Then you tap on my strategy settings if you are using an Android phone. But if you are using an iPhone, you search for my policy settings. You tap on it, takes you to this page. Now, you look for where you save your settings. Just tap on the add it now. If you have not saved any settings, you can look for add it now. If you have saved settings, at the top right, you see a plus sign. A plus sign, tap on it, you add a settings. You want to add more settings. Like you can see my own, I have more than one settings. So you just go there, tap on it, it brings you to this page. You can see my capital is what? You can change your capital 320. Simple. But don't forget, you minus 20 from the 320, you have 300. So you can decide to say, okay, 300 here. So you don't get yourself confused. It's still the same, doesn't change anything. Now, your magic is 20 margin call, first buy is 23%, 0.01, 0.01. This is what you saw on the sheet. It's just copy and paste, dubbing, copy and paste. You don't need to stress yourself to do anything. Slotting your capital gives you every other thing. Now you see 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, 0.5. I'm talking about margin call drop. All these you're going to get, I think, tomorrow. If you want to understand what parameters are, you can come over tomorrow. That's it. Now, copy and paste. You go to I go to margin configuration, copy everything you see there and paste. 0.3, 1.1, 0.3, 1.1, 1.2, 0.3, 1.2, like that, 0.3, 1.2, 1.2, like that. Just keep dubbing, copy and paste, confirm. You go, that's all. Once you save, that is all. At the top, you see this. If you are done with that, you can also go to margin distributed take profit allocation is 1.3. As you can see, it says distributed take profit allocation, 5th call to 20th call, 1.3%. So that's how it is, 5th call to 20th call, 1.3%. Simple, confirm. At the top here, you see this shape that looks like a PlayStation. That's where you can tap to save. That's all. You are done. The next thing you to do is to go and look for the coin to load the settings on and pick your trade. That's all. That's how you save it. Now, why do we choose to trade with this magic? Why? The reason because now this magic one, the next sheet you will see, our next announcement concerning our magic 1 to 5, magic 1 is modified in a way that it covers for 30%. But for here that you're seeing, it covers for 20%. Watch out for magic 4 and 5. Magic 4 covers for 100%. Magic 5 is mind-blowing. That we will share as time goes on. We'll have a talk. I will have a talk with Coach Mo. Now, that's it. Why do we choose to trade with 20 margin calls? We want to make money uptrend and downtrend. Somebody will say, it's only in futures you can make money uptrend. Even on spot, you can make money uptrend and downtrend. There is no any exchange, I repeat, in the whole 9 planets, there is no any exchange that has this feature like whole warehouse mode, sub-beam, and sub-beam mode real-time settlement. No any exchange has it. That is the uniqueness of Royal Q. The uniqueness of Royal Q. When I say unique, it is the only one that has it. Forget all those robots that I used to see. And you see somebody, hey, this robot, coin check. Forget all those robots. There is no robot that is better than Royal Q. That's the unique feature. So now, since I know that Royal Q has these 3 features, the last one, which is the sub-beam mode real-time settlement, we use that feature to make money when the coin is going down. We'll still be making money. So that when the coin is now going up, we still make money. That is the best way as regards the Motion International. That's what we think is better and best. Every team, there are different teams. Every team has their way and their style of trading. Stick to their rules. If you want to use RQTMI signal, stick to RQTMI signal rules and regulation. If your coin goes beyond 25%, once it goes beyond 25% and you have fun, open margin call so that you keep enjoying it before the coin come back and sell off. Even though you are seeing 30 or 40, hardly do you see it go beyond 25. But if in a situation where it goes, like in the case of last 2 weeks, where coin Gensler, something is Gensler, so make one announcement that he's going to sue Binance US, that coins people started selling off, coins started going down. Situation like that, if you have margin calls, you will still be making money. Those are the kind of situation that will see coin go beyond 25, you see 30 or 35. Once you see that, open margin call and you keep enjoying it. You don't need to stress yourself if you want to open margin call. Just slot in your capital, it gives you what you're supposed to do and you go and input it. I will show you guys. Now that's why we are using Magic 1. We have 20 margin calls in a way that coin go, come down, I'll still make money. Go up, I'll still make money. Just like somebody that has 2 legs. If you have 1 leg, will you enjoy walking? You know enjoying working. If you have 1 hand, really enjoying life. That's why we say 2 hands. When we say 2 or 2, up, you are making money. Down, you are making money. But if you only have up only, if it goes against you, you just remain patient. You can't make money downtrend. Now, if you're using magic 4 margin call, you cannot make money downtrend. But from the 5th margin call, that's when you can make money uptrend. Downtrend, sorry. So that's why we chose to trade with this. It covers for 20% dip, but watch out for the modified version of RQTMI Magic 1 that covers for 30% dip, right? And also Magic 4 and 5. This is it. It covers for 20% dip, right? Trade and anything that falls between 1 to 24. We are always here in the market. That's why we trade. But now, if you look at this, our first buy is $20. Our first buy is $20. Now, if you go and check 0.3, the first call, we are telling the robot when the price goes down by 0.2, it should use 0.3 times first buy to buy. But when it goes down by 0.5, I'm talking about this, it should buy with 1.2%, 1.2 times first buy. Now, if you go to your calculator and tap Coach Mo, please can you help me with the calculator? I want to switch back to calculator. 0.3 times 20.
Hello?
0.3 times 20.
6, that's 6.
6. 1.2 times 20.
24.
Now you see, Now it means if the price goes down by 0.2, you should use $6 of your money from your money to buy. If it goes down by 0.5, you should use 24. You can see you're using more so that you attack the floating loss. If it goes up 6, buy 24. Use 24 to buy if it goes down by 0.5. That's how it goes. 6, 24, 6, 24. You are doubling. In fact, you are doing 6 times 4. 4 times the buy, previous buy. That's what you're doing. Like I say, I repeat, you can't see this setting anywhere on YouTube. Please mute yourself. It's noise stopping us.
Let me mute the person for you. Hold on. You can proceed, Chris.
So that's how it is. Okay, so that's how we see it. 6, 4, 6, 24, 6, 24. That way you attack Jordan loss, and aside that, you make good cash. That's how it goes from the beginning to the last one. 6, 24, 6, 24, 6, 24. That is why we chose that, so that if you use small money to buy, you use big money to buy, so that you don't use big money to buy, come and use small money to buy. You don't use 24. You don't use 24 to buy, you don't come and use 6 to buy, because you do not attack the floating loss. That's why you're doing that. And which this is 20% of the leftover. Like I say, you don't even need to know all these things I'm saying. It's not mandatory. Just slot in your capital, copy and paste, load the settings, and you're good to go. Now, that is why we chose to do this. And you don't forget, this covers for 20% dip. When we say from the point of entry, if the price falls down to 20%, by 20%, you're still in the market to make money. This is why we decide to what? Use Magic 1 strategy of 20% dip and 20 margin calls. Now, how do you pick trade? All you just need to do is to go add your Royal Q, load all the whole 79 coins, load it on your trading view, set up your trading view. If you don't know how to set up trading view, we have a video on our YouTube channel that will guide you on how you can set it up and also add all your coins as well as the indicator you're seeing on my chart. So once you've done that, the next thing to do is to what? Next thing to do is to tap on the arrow at the top left corner of my screen. You see this arrow? You tap on it. When you tap on it, it takes you to this place. Then you tap on sort by percentage. That's after you set up your trading view, add all the three indicators, which is the auto Fibonacci, the stochastic, and the RSI. Stochastic, RSI, and the Bollinger Band. Those are the three indicators that we use to trade. Now you tap on the sort by percentage. You can trade without analyzing any coin. You tap on by sort, you can see it has arranged it according to the ones that are pumping. You go back to that same place, it will arrange it according to the ones that are not doing well. So if you want to use Magic 1, ensure that the least performing coin, this one that you're seeing here, is the least performing coin. This is the least performing coin because you see it -4. Why is it the least performing coin? Because you see it -4.3%, 4.39%. Now, if you see -3 and above, when you see -3, -4, you can see -5. Anyone around that range, as long as it's minimum -3, you can use Magic 1 to trade. You can see like this CFX now, I can decide to just pick it and go and load the setting that I see on my real queue and trade this coin with 3% take profit. I take 3% take profit. And like I say, I'm very slow. I want to make sure that I carry everyone along. You don't need to analyze the coin. 3% take profit. Maximum. Don't go beyond 3%. If you're not analyzing the coin, don't go beyond take profit of 3%. Don't go beyond 3%. But if you decide to say, probably because you watched our videos, you want to analyze this coin, you just go, you tap on it, and you tap on this, it brings you to this page. Now, this is 4-hour chart. This is 4-hour chart. All right, this is 4-hour chart. Now, if I want to trade on the 4-hour, we trade on 1 hour, 4 hour, and 1 day. 1 hour, 4 hour, and 1 day. If I want to trade on 4 hour, probably because I'm looking for a stochastic pointing up or stochastic at the buy zone, I cannot use 1 hour because you see, stochastic is not on the buy zone, right? But there was a video I did concerning Magic 2 that was talking about this, but I want to stick to 1. That video, if you have watched it, although I've removed it, I just want to make sure that I carry people move the same direction, they follow the same instruction, not to make, maybe I don't want to see, maybe I want to confuse you guys. Go to 4 hour, I'm looking for a stochastic on the buy zone. Stochastic on the buy zone. As you can see, this is stochastic on the buy zone or pointing up. Is already on 3.4. I'm looking for 3.4, between 3.4 to 3, between 0 and 20. If I see that, this is 3 now. You can see 3 is between 0 and 20. That's the stochastic. So, and you can see the blue line on the green line, which is the buy zone. Probably easy because you have it has 3. If stochastic, this stochastic RSI is 3.74. Now, I'm looking for it pointing up or already on the green line, as you can see. That's one condition. The second one is, this is uptrend. Why? Because you see 0 at the top, 100 at the bottom. So this is uptrend. Now, I believe you understand what is uptrend. If you're a newbie, don't worry yourself, you will learn all this. Once you see 0 at the top, 100 at the bottom is an uptrend. Now, we pick coin when that touches 61.8% line. If the candle has not come back to touch it, we don't trade that coin. So you can see this one has come to touch even beyond the 61.8. That is the second condition if it's an uptrend. The third condition on the Bollinger Band, if you want to use Bollinger Band, like I said, I think there are 3-4 ways of using the Bollinger Band. Once you see it forming M, forming M like this, it's coming down like this. The next thing you need to do is to go up again before you now come down to form M. Sometimes you see the M forming W. It's going to be like this. Go up, go like this, come down before you go up again. Now, this is the first one. You see, this is M. It goes up like this, come down. The next thing you need to do is to go up. This is one way of using Bollinger Band. There are 4 or 5 ways. Sorry, there are 3 ways of using the Bollinger Band. 3 ways of using the 4 ways of using the Bollinger Band. Sorry, 4 ways of using this is one of it. Once I see that this goes up like this, come, like I say, don't forget, it's not obligatory to use to analyze coin. Once you don't see that, what I don't show you concerning the chart percentage of -3 and above, pick your coin, load the setting and pick your 3%. Forget about this another. But if you choose to analyze, I'll tell you why. If you analyze, it's better off because you make more profit. Now I'll just go. Now, since I know that it has already touched the 61.8, which is the second condition. The third condition is the Bollinger Band is like this, going up like this, has come down. The next thing is to go up again. So that is the third condition. I'm good to go. Well, the fourth condition, I'll just confirm on the 1 day, is the stochastic pointing up or a green current candle is green. Current candle is red, you can see it's red, but the stochastic is pointing up. That's one condition I get on the longer time frame. Then I'll just come to my 4-hour chart, measure. This is a short trade. If you are not on this trade, yes, this is a signal I once posted, but it's yet to sell. But those that have margin calls are enjoying this coin. Now, you measure, if it's an uptrend, you measure to 23.6% line. This is the line. You see 23.3% line. This is a confirmed trade. If you have money and you put it on this coin, it will surely give you this more percentage. This coming week that we're entering, because tomorrow is a new week, right? Confirm 5%, no stress, nothing. That you're good to go. If you have this, you're good to go. So that's how we do it. 5%, you're gone. This is how you analyze if it's uptrend. You just go. Now, if you are using Magic 1, like I just say, it means that you are in the market. This is the current price from here. If it doesn't go down to 20%, which is the 20% dip, you are not out of it. You can see, hardly does the coin come to this area. Even if it does, it will go back and be giving you money, depending when it will not go and sell off completely. If you're still following, you understand what I've just discussed. Even if you don't really understand 100%, at least you have something you understand small. Please drop, say a yes on the chat box. I can see the yes coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many we are? 44. At least I should see 10% of 44. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Before I would continue digesting somebody say, please, I'll answer your question. You say question, please. For example, okay, I think I should finish eating before I answer the question. I can feel, okay, everyone is carried along. Now, that's how you pick your coin if you're using Magic Wand. And if you want to use Magic Wand to open margin calls, all you just need to do is to go, okay, how much do you have to open margin calls? If what you have is 300 and above, you can use them to open margin call. So if you are opening margin call, I repeat, if you are opening margin call, you don't need to minus 20 because you're not starting a trade. I repeat, you are using Magic Wand. I've just shown you two things on Magic Wand. The first one is to trade without analyzing, which is maximum 3%. The second one is what? Trade with analyzing, which you can see 5%. The third one I'm showing you now is what? You are trading, you want to open margin calls with, and you have 300. If you have 300 and above, use it to open margin calls. So if you want to open margin calls, say you have 7 margin calls, all you just need to, that is already existing, but it has gone past the 7 margin calls, and you have 300 and above, and you want to use it to add to, open margin calls. Once it's 300 and above, just come to Magic Wand, edit, type your 300, let's even say 400. Yeah, you can see it gives you everything. You don't need to minus 20 from it because you're using to open margin call, you're not starting a trade. All you just need to do, if you are using 7 margin call, you just add 20, it becomes 27. So you now go to, you are going to start from 8 margin calls since it has already existed the 7 margin calls. So you just go to, where is the thing? Sorry. You just go to your 8 margin call, the 8 margin call here. You start with 0.4 on the multiple buy-in ratio, 1.6, 0.4, 1.6, like that up to this. Forget about the fact that you're seeing 420 here. I say because you want to open margin call, you're not considering the first buy, but here you're considering first buy. That's why you're seeing 420. You're 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, 0.5, like that. That is how you add your margin call drop. That is all you need to do, and you continue your trade with buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, until you finish selling completely. So that's why we say if it goes back to 25% of margin call. That's how you use Magic Wand. I just show you guys 3 ways, 3 activities on Magic Wand. The first one is what? You don't need to analyze coin. Once you just go and pick the one that is the most deep and is having -3 and above, pick the coin and take 3%. But if you see a coin you want to analyze, you can analyze just like I show you guys, as you see it. Uptrend, you measure if it's an uptrend, you measure to 23.6% line. That's where you can measure to stop. And you can see where I just confirmed some 3 things. Stochastic, where you should be. You can take a snapshot so that you go and look at the chart. Stochastic, uptrend. You don't need to measure call drop again. Just load the setting and measure the take profit, 5 or 6%. You go and remain patient and wait for it to deliver. That's how it is. That's how you do it. Now, okay, so that's all for Magic 1. Now, what about Magic 2? Magic 2 is covers for 15% dip. 15% dip. The same thing you do in Magic 1 is what you do here. All you just need to do is, I have less than 300. You can see the minimum is what? The minimum is $120. Somebody asked a question that she's in a floating loss of minus 55 and she wants to open margin call. If you want to open margin call, you either use Magic 1 or 2. If you have less than 300, you use Magic 2. Magic 2, you just go and tap, say you have $100. You just go, and like I say, if you're opening margin calls, okay, if you're opening margin calls, you don't need to minus. So I'll just go and tap 100, tap 100. You can give me what I want. Don't forget, don't consider this because you're opening margin call. It's considering the first buy. So you're opening margin call. You don't need to, don't forget about it. Just put your capital and what it gives you is what you're going to use. Say now this is 7 margin call you want to open. Say you're already on 5 and you want to open 7. So you just go and say 5 plus, you're already on 5 plus 7, that's what? 12. So you now have 12 margin calls. Then you now go to the 6th margin call because it's at exhausted the 5th margin call, open 0.3 on the multiple by 1, 0.31 up to the 12 margin calls. Then your margin call drop from 8, from 6, you have 1, 1, 1, 1, on up to 11, you have 1, then 12, you have 9. That is all you need to do. You don't need to, then you change your first buy. Don't forget, even on the Magic 1, ensure you change your first buy to $20. I repeat, if you're opening margin call, ensure you change the first buy. If the first buy is 20, make sure you are using 20. If you are already using another, change it to 20. Save, and that is all you need to do. But if you want to use Magic 2 to trade, Magic 2, like I say, it covers for 15% dip. 15% dip. So you have 7 margin calls. You'll be making money from the 5th to 6th, 7th margin call if the coin goes against you. This is why we trade with margin calls. So that when the coin goes against us, we have what? It will be making money. When it doesn't go against us, we're still making money. You can see Magic 2 covers for 15%, but you have 1, 1, 1, 1 up to 9. So that's how you open margin calls. Neat. If you want to use this to trade, you just go to my chart. You go to the chart. When you go to the chart, now you don't pick the coin. The most deep is all you're targeting, but it has to be 5. Now you see 4.5. Don't be tempted. Wait for it to show 5. I repeat, if you follow instruction, you keep smiling. If you don't want to follow instruction, you keep crying. Now you see it's showing 4.5 until when it shows -5 and above. That's when you can use Magic 2 to trade. But if it is Magic 1 you're using, it doesn't need to show -3. When you show -3 and above, you can trade. That's how it is. The most deep and you're confirmed 3%. But if you choose to analyze, as you can see, I just did it for you guys. You can see we're able to take 5% on this coin. If you choose to analyze. We choose to analyze. So that's it. If you want to use Magic 2 to trade, it covers for 15%. You don't need to, even if you don't want to know about all these parameters, just copy and paste, load the setting, and you're good to go. That's Magic 2. Then Magic 3. Why are we trading with Magic 3? 7 margin call. Magic 3 and 2, is it the same? No, it is not. Even though you see that it is 7 margin calls, it is covering for 15% DP. Yes, even this one, Magic 2, is also covering for 15% DP. But your first buy is 15, no, it's not 20. Now, what is the amount of money if you're using $100? Magic 3 tries to consider the 25% of your capital that is spread across the first call and the first buy and first margin call. Now, 25% of $100 is $25. So by the time you take out 15, this first buy is always constant. Take it out from the 25, you are left with what? You are left with $10. So that $10 is what you see here, no matter the capital you put. Any capital you put, you will see the remaining amount that will make it 25%. If you add the first buy and the amount of money on the first call, it will give you the 5% of the amount of that amount. Why are we trading with this? We are trading with this because we want the robot immediately it picks our first call issue. The money that will be on the coin should be 25% of our capital, which is why we're doing that. But in Magic 2, even though you see Magic 2 is having 7 margin call, it doesn't have that. Now, you see, if I decide to edit this first buy and I change it to 500, you will now see that it will adjust itself, telling me that first buy is still 15, it doesn't change, but 7.3 is what you are going to see on the multiple buy in ratio. Or if you multiply 7.3 by 15, it will give you 25% of which is 124.5, which is 125%, $25, which is 25% of the $500. It will be spread across the first call and the first buy. That is why we decided to using this. So that what? If there's a pump, it will make money on 25% of our capital, which is already on the coin. That is, if it doesn't buy second call up to the seventh call. That is how Magic 3 is constructed, different from Magic 2. But however, if you want to open margin call, you use Magic 1 or Magic 2 to open margin call. In this case, Magic 3, you don't need to minus 20 like you're doing in Magic 1 or Magic 2 if you want to start to lose the setting to trade. I repeat, if you want to use it to open margin call, Magic 1 and 2 is used, but you don't minus 20. But if you want to use Magic 3, you don't need to minus 20. Just slot in your capital, it gives you the parameters, you copy and paste. You go to the chart, ensure that you're seeing -5 and above before you enter a trade with any of the Magic 2 or 3. But Magic 2, 1, you just look for -3 if you don't want to analyze. And all of them, the maximum take profit if you don't want to analyze with 3%. That is it. Now, somebody will say, okay, what if I have $5,000? If you have $5,000 and you want to use Magic 3, just type 5,000 there. It gives you what? Now, you find out that 25% of the money is what is spread across the first buy and across the first buy, across the first buy and the first buy and the first call. So once it picks it, you have 1,220, if I'm not mistaken, which is 25% of the 5,000. If you take 3%, that's 3% of 1,250, if I'm not mistaken. That's how you make your money. It's that simple. I don't need to analyze the coin. If you're already in the floating loss licensing, if you want to open margin call, like a lady asks a question, use Magic 2 because it's less. If you have $100, less than 300, use Magic 2. Greater than 300, use Magic 1. And if you want to analyze the coin, I think I'll use another sample. Let's see if we can get cost. Let's see if you have a downtrend. This is not a downtrend. You can see cost. Cost is still the same thing. What I just showed you guys. I think cost is one of the signals I posted. Still the same, you measure to 23 if you so wish, but there's something I saw on this coin that's making it to say, I think I looked at it on the, I think is it one day? No. I think it's 1 hour. I looked at it on the 1 hour. There's something, okay, I think it's not here. It's here, I saw it on the 1 hour, if I'm not mistaken. There's something I saw that made me to go beyond that, but for you, you don't need to do that, right? Just leave it like that. You don't need to do that. So you just find, you can see it has come to touch the near the 61.8% line. Or if you want to trade this is part of the signal I post. You want to trade it based on what I just explained. You measure to the 23 point, which you can see it's giving us what almost 3%. You're good to go. So that's it for the uptrend. I think I should look for the one that is downtrend. So I'll use you guys to explain. Okay, you can see this is a downtrend. Ref is a downtrend. It's already on a downtrend. Ref. But I can't pick this signal because it's not pointing up. Because it's not pointing up, I don't want to pick the signal. It's not pointing up. You can see the stochastic is pointing down. It's only in the 4 hour that you are seeing it up, but it has not gone to touch the 61.8%, which is why I'm not going to pick it. Even on the 4 hour, I think I can't find a downtrend. I wanted to use, I think cost has a downtrend on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, you have a OKC cost. It's on the downtrend. Why? Because you see 0 at the bottom. Once you see 0 at the bottom, 0 here at the bottom, then 0, 100 at the top, you use what? You use the downtrend. You measure to, with the downtrend, what do? You measure to 38.2% line. You can measure to this place, 38.2% line, which is your milestone take profit. Now, if you want to combine the 3 indicators, you just need a candle that will close outside the Bollinger Band. There are 3 lines you're seeing here. There are 3 lines that you're seeing on the Bollinger Band, which is what? Which is the blue line here, the red line, and the blue line. This red line and the middle is the 20 EMA. You don't need to crack your brain to look for how you can use the indicator. The top blue line is referred to as the 2 standard deviation away from the 20 EMA. Then the one below is 2 standard deviation below the 20 EMA. So once you see that, you just need to wait for a candle to close outside the standard deviation below the 20 EMA. You can see it. Once it closes, another one is forming. That's when you can enter. You measure to the red line if you want to use that, or if you want to use the 3 indicator, making sure that they speak the same language. I'm sure a newbie will be confused. Don't confuse yourself. Like I said, it's no magic for you to analyze. You just go and look for the most deep and you pick your 3% and you're good to go. You don't need to analyze the coin. Right? I want to believe everybody understands what I've just shared. Right? What else for Magic 4 and 5? Magic 3 covers 15% deep. Magic 2 covers 15% deep. Magic 1, those are the difference between Magic 1, 2, and 3. But Magic 2 is used to open margin call if you have less than 300. Magic 1 is also used to open margin call if you have 300 and above. And both of the 3 magic, you can use it to trade, right? So if you have any question now, I think I've done justice to this session. If you have any question, you can put up your hand. We have time. We can spend last time. So, okay, somebody say, question, sir, please, sir. Somebody say, open margin call explanation is not clear, please. Hello, sir. If I already open up to 5 margin calls, but my trade is in whole warehouse mode, if I add up to 12 margin call, will my robot subsell since I can no longer select sub-BIMO? No. In this case, if it has already picked the 5th margin call and it's already on warehouse, you cannot do anything to edit it to sub-BIM real-time settlement. The only thing you can do on that trade is to do manual replenishment just to reduce the floating loss for the coin to quickly sell off. But I prefer you opening margin calls. If you don't know how to look at the chart, you can't do manual replenishment. Right? Temitope King, Queen Temitope, if you're the one that asked that question, the second question says, please, when you talk about opening margin call, is it an additional money you add when the coin goes deep or part of your trading capital you have, please? Okay, so if I'm talking about opening margin calls, I'm talking about you adding more money, but using these tactics to open margin calls so that you keep making money while the coin is waiting to sell. That's it. That's what I'm referring to. Adding more money, but using it to open margin calls, right? I think King Celestine, I think I've answered your question. We don't mind spending 2 hours here, so long as everybody will be able to ask their question and be able to attend to everyone. Don't feel shy. We are in a question session here. Ask any question on the chat box. I'll answer them slowly. If I've not answered your own properly, you can put up your hand so that you ask again. So you ask again. So somebody says, please, I want to be sure again. Please, I want to be sure again. The question, okay, sorry. Temitope, I think Queen Temitope, I think I've answered your question. Say, please, okay, I've answered your question. So King Celestine, I hope to believe I've answered your question. Please, if I answer your question and you're not clear, Please, or put up your hand. Coach Mo will mute you so that you say what you are not clear on. Question, please, sir. Please, can you explain again how to open margin call using Magic 2, sir? We are saying that if you have 5 margin call already existing and your robot has already exhausted the 5 margin call, and okay, I think let me explain something again better. If you have money, right, and you're the kind of person that you are emotional, when I say emotional, you don't have that patience to be waiting on your money, your robot is not making money for you. I know of one guy, he's in my team. I actually activated this robot. Coach Mo, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I know of a guy that his mom is trading, right? And his mom, the kind of person she is, she loves seeing her robot buying and selling. She loves it. She don't want to see her robot is not buying and selling for her. So those kind of person, if the robot exhausted the margin call, so for example, she's trading with 5 margin calls and the robot exhausted. If you have more money, you open margin call. Then how do you open margin call? If you have 100 less than 300, you use Magic 2. Greater than 300, again 300 and above, use Magic 1. Right? Now this less than 300, if you have like say $100, you just go and use Magic 2 because it's less than 300. You can't use Magic 1. Open margin call. You open 7 margin call because Magic 2 is having 7 margin call, and you're already on 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. So you just open margin call, and if you look at Magic 2 very properly, slot in your $100. Like I say, if you're opening margin call with your, you don't need to minus 20. Just slot in your $100. It will give you the parameters that you, the amount, the computation that is required. Sorry, the calculation you need that is required for you to put all those on the multiple buy-in ratio. It will give you everything. Then you come to the margin call drop 1. You start from 6, not 5, because it has already exerted 5. Start from 6, 1, 1, 1, 1, up to 11. Then the 12 you have 9%. That's what you see on the sheet. Right? That's what you see on the sheet as for Magic 2. Right? That's how you open margin call. I want to believe King. Or another way you can do is if you have $600, for instance, you can decide to divide the money into 300, which is 50% of the money, then use it to trade. In case the robot buys all the whole margin call and you're already in the floating loss beyond 25%, you can use the remaining 300 to open more margin calls. That way you can never be wrong. You can still be making money, regardless of how the market goes. Like I say, you see, Magic 1 covers for 20% and you're using $300. Once it has exhausted the margin call and you see it going beyond 25, you can go back and open more margin call with your $300. That way you keep minting money for life. That's why you see some people in their trading, they always make money. You can, if you are the kind of person that you want to be seeing robots selling 24/7, you can start to do that. Share your money into 2. If you have $200, share it into $200 for, and you want to use Magic 3, it's up to you. $100, put it and you're trading. In case it buys the whole margin call and maybe a news came up, you just use the remaining $100 to open more margin calls and you're making your money. Simple. If you have an already existing trade that has gone beyond 25%, like we say, if it goes beyond maybe 30% or so, or 27%, you just go and look for money to open. If you don't have, remain patient. You remain patient. There is no signal of RQTMI that will not deliver. All you don't need to do is to remain patient and understand how it works. I want to believe King Aminu, I've answered your question. Then King Philip, you say, please, I want to be sure again. The criteria to use Magic 1 and 2, the coin must be in, okay, -5. And then for Magic 3, you can use for, no. That's not what I say. If you have -3 and above, when I say -3 and above, I'm talking about -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. As long as it's -3 minimum, you use Magic 1. But if you want to use Magic 2 and 3, ensure that you see -5 on the least performing coin. The least performing coin is having -5 and above. Once you see -5, you can use Magic 1 or Magic 2 or Magic 3 to trade. Just load the setting and you're good to go. As simple as that. King Philip, I want to believe I answered your question. Queen Queen, okay, Queen, please, question, please. For example, GMT is on the floating loss of 51% floating. If I open 5 margin call with $100, is it possible to make more than the, why not? If you open margin call and you followed what you see on that chart, come back, King, please, Queen, you can do that. I think I will help you out. You should, Coach Mo, you can make Queen the co-host so that she will share her screen. If she has the $100, let me show her how she will do it now, so that all that will learn from her.
All right, let me do that now. Okay, Queen, I'm about to make you the co-host.
I don't have it yet. But I will very soon. So I just wanted to be sure. I don't have it yet. But once I do, I will reach out, please. I don't have it yet.
Okay, it's fine then. No problem. No problem. Feel free to ask any question, please. We want to ensure that anybody on our meeting by end of December knows how to pick coin by he or herself and know what to do in any situation. That's what we're trying to give everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So
in addition to what Coach Salis just said, you know, we are learning all these skills here for free. That is one amazing thing about RQTMI. You don't need to pay anybody. Nobody is asking you to pay money to learn these skills. All you need to do is just to activate your robot, join or attend our Zoom sessions, and keep learning. This thing costs, these skills, to learn it outside, it will cost you nothing less than thousands of dollars, but you are getting all this for free. So guys, please, all we need is just, you guys should focus, ask questions whenever it is not clear, and keep attending the sessions. You get better every day and day.
I think there was a guy in Canada that wanted to come over Nigeria. He's saying that he wants to see me because he wants to come and spend at least 3 months to learn this thing I'm teaching free of charge to you guys.
Wow, can you imagine?
When I asked him, with the influence of one person, I will not mention one lady. There's one lady that connected me with him, and the lady, I know her and I respect that lady very much. So the guy, I was just saying, I don't want to collect money because I didn't tell the guy to pay $2,000. Because of that lady, I just reduce the amount. So the guy, he didn't contact me again. He's thinking of going to look for the money to come over to Nigeria, so that he will now come and spend 3 months or 1 month to learn this thing that you are learning free of charge.
Wow.
But because of the fact that we didn't attach money to it, some of you will not value it.
Exactly. That is the problem we have with humans. If you don't pay to get a value, you will never take that value very, very serious. So that is why I think this Zoom tonight is not full. If they actually pay to get this knowledge, I'm telling you, you'll see how it's going to be full. But it is fine. It is fine.
We know what we think. So like I say, Magic 4 is fire. Watch out and see. It depends on what you and I agree at the end. Just to be sure, please, it's okay. RQTMI 1 and 2 is for below 15%. Okay, sorry, Magic 1, Magic 2 and 3, the call drop is 15%. When I say 15%, it means if they can't go between 1 and 15%, you're still making money. But once it goes beyond that 15%, you will have to wait patiently for it to come back, for it to make money. But Magic 1 covers for 20% deep, between 1 and 20%. So if it goes around that area, you're still making money. That's what it means. Right. So someone says, please, can you redo the calculation you did as regards margin call drop? You don't need to stress yourself. Just slot in, get the sheet, Excel sheet. I think Coach Mo will want to, maybe he will drop it on the group, 300J challenge group.
And yeah, let me drop it right now. I'll drop it now. I'll drop the Excel sheet and also drop a video you watch to guide you again, to get a better understanding, should in case there's something not clear on this session. So I'll just drop it, should in case you can still rewatch the video, and I'll drop the sheet right away.
Yeah, you don't need to stress yourself. You want to do any calculations. Slot in your capital, copy what do you see, and paste. That's all. Now somebody say, please, sir, when I open the margin call, I want to believe Queen Arisa, I've answered your question. If I've not answered your question properly and you don't understand, don't hesitate to ask questions. It is from this asking of questions that you accumulate knowledge. You don't keep quiet because your money is in this RQTMI. You need to understand what you are doing. So somebody say, what am I saying? So somebody say, Please, sir, when I open the margin call of 7 using Magic 2, do I have to change the first buy? If you're opening margin call for any of the Magic 1 or 2, which you use to open margin call, ensure you change the first buy to 20, because that's what is in the setting. Change the first buy to 20, right? Then you follow the remaining parameters. Then from 25% of my capital to 20 USDT. What do you mean? I don't understand, King Suleiman. You say from 25% of my capital to 20 USDT. No. If you're using Magic 3, it means 25% of your capital is already on the coin. If it buys the first call. If it buys the first call, that's what it means, Magic 3. I don't really understand. If I've not answered your question, King Suleiman, please, you can unmute yourself. You can put up your answer that so on your answer, you'll be able to answer you'll be able to ask your question properly. Now, Timothy, Mary, Olaye, King Timothy, Queen Tiemitope, can we get the Excel sheet that gives the margin calls? I think Koshimo has already dropped it. King Young man, please throw more light on the ICP USDT chart. I don't understand that ICP USDT chart. Maybe you put up your hand and ask your question. Okay. Ibrahim Yisa Asa, thank you, Coach. Please, if I want to add more money to open margin calls using Magic 1 on my floating loss coin, how do I go about it? I think I just explained it. If you're already having an existing 7 margin call or 5 margin call, let's say 5 margin calls, and you want to open margin call and your money is 300 and above, all you don't need to do is to go and slot in your capital. You just go to the chart. I want to believe you can see my Coach Mo. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Just go to Magic 1 because your capital is 300 and above. Say you have 400, or let's say you have 300. You don't need to minus 20 because you're using to open margin call. Just type 300. When you type 300, it gives you the parameters. Make sure you change the first buy to 20. Then you come back here and copy what you see here. Copy what you don't even need to know what is you. Just drop, copy and paste. Copy what you see from the. Now, if you're already having an existing 5 margin call that has already been exhausted, you just continue from 6. You know that if you're using Magic 1, you're adding 20 to the 5. That's 25. Then you continue from 6. You have 0.2, 0.5 on the margin call drop, 0.2, 0.5 up to 20. Then the 25, 21, 2.98, 22, 2.9, 23, 24, up to 25, 2.98. Then when you come to the multiple buy-in ratio, you just have 0.3, 1.2, 0. You don't even need to know any mathematics here. Copy and paste. Yeah? On the 25th call, you have 1.2. That is all. On the 25th call, you have 1.2. That's all. That's all you need to do. Then you see how the robot will be doing miracles. That's why it's called magic. Yeah? As if you perform magic. That's why we call it magic. That's the reason why we name it magic. If you pick it, you see how it's buying and selling for you. That's it. I think that's what you should do. Then he says, so which can we, Ibrahim, yes, I think you're the one that started me up in the morning. I told you if you already have your USDT, if you are still skeptical, don't go and do it on your own. Let's do one-on-one so that you understand what I'm saying. Don't go and do it on your own. So which can we use for 52% dip? It depends on your capital. It depends on your capital. Your capital determines whether you're using Magic 1 or 2. It only depends on your capital, which magic to use. Less than 300, use Magic 2. Greater than $300, use Magic 1. So if I use Magic 3, which covers for 15%, which covers for 7 margin call, at what point can I open margin call? We say if you're using magic, any magic you are using, as long as it goes beyond 25%, our floating loss lies between 5% and 25%. But in a situation where we are not in control of the market and something happens, like in the case of 2 weeks ago that Binance was sued and emotion came in, some people that are novice, they don't understand crypto, they started selling at a lot. They don't really understand what they are doing. Yeah, it makes the price Bitcoin to go down. Such kind of thing can make the coin to go beyond 25%, even 30 or 35. But if you see it go beyond open margin call, that's when you open margin call. That is when you would open margin call. I want to believe King John have answered your question. Is the continuation of the question okay? Thank you, Korea. Please, to use RQTMI signal, does the setting of indicators be that of the team also, or is there any significant difference with default setting? We don't use default setting. Go and watch our YouTube video on. I think the title of the video that you will get on the YouTube channel on this particular topic is RQTMI 3 indicator tactics. If I'm not mistaken, also 3 indicator setup, something like that. Go and get that video. I think Coach Mo can drop it there so that you go and set up your indicator. If you follow simple instruction and understand what you're doing, like I say, if you're the kind of person that you are too emotional, divide your capital into 2 and pick any of the margin call. If your coin goes beyond the 25%, you now use the remaining 50% to open more margin call. You can never be wrong. If you are wrong, come to this. I challenge you. Come to this session and come and challenge me. I repeat, if you are the kind of person that I don't know, I want to be seeing my coin to be selling, buying and selling. I can't wait to. I don't want any situation where my coin is not selling. All you don't need to do is, I don't want a situation where I'm not my robot is not selling for me. Divide your capital into 2. Use 50% of the money to pick any of the margin call and trade. Follow simple instruction. In case the market goes down, like in the situation where last 2 weeks ago that Gensler cost say he wants to see buy, I see the coin guy going down. We have another 50%. You now use it to open margin call. You can never be wrong. I repeat, if you can never be wrong. If you are come to this group and chat Zoom and come and challenge me. My name is Abdurrahim Salisu. I remain Abdurrahim Salisu. Come and challenge me on the Zoom. But you have to do the right thing. No? Don't go and do the wrong thing and come and challenge me. Coach Mo, Abi, am I making sense?
You are making sense perfectly.
Don't go and do the wrong thing and come and be challenging me, because I will analyze your chart, your ROIQ, and see if you did the right thing or not. Now you say my capital was $300. Okay, your capital is $300, and you use 5 margin call. If you want to open margin call, like you say, queen. If you have it, you can just let it come to the session. We have it tomorrow. By tomorrow, we are going to meet on the same time, 9 p.m. Thursday, we meet the same time, 9 p.m. We do this 3 times in a week. So whatever challenges you're having, you have no reason why you not succeed in IQ. And the only reason why you will not succeed if you refuse to pay attention. King Young, he said, please analyze ICP. ICP is not a coin of RQTMI signal. We know our coin very well. Okay, I can help you. Please analyze ICP USDT chart for 4 hours and 1 day. I can help you out. King Young, at the end of the session, if you can wait. King John, okay, yes, okay, thank you. Have I answered all you guys' questions properly? If I have not, please, you can unmute yourself. You put up your hand so that I will ask you, your Coach Mo will unmute you for you to ask your question. Anybody you see complaining on that group is because he's not attending Zoom. He just want to put his money. I want to be making money. The only business you can do without knowing anything and you don't want to pay attention is Ponzi scheme. Where you just, at the end of the day, you cry at the end. Okay. King Young, I think you are putting up your hand a few seconds ago.
All right, let me unmute him. Well, I can't find him.
I think
okay. I have seen him. You can speak up. You can speak up.
Okay.
Before you
it was
wait.
It's the
Before you speak
ITP
up,
chart I wanted to analyze, which you said you analyze at the end of the section. That's what I was trying to ask you.
I'll analyze it and I'll show you what you can enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
The good thing about crypto is the money cannot finish. The money in crypto cannot finish. Even Elon Musk, who is the richest man, cannot finish that money. The money is always 24/7 there. The only thing you have to do is to learn how to go and pick the money God kept for you. Just learn how to keep them. Yeah, I don't see any business that's better than RealQ. I don't see it. If there is, I challenge you. Come meet yourself and tell me. Tell me which business is better than RealQ, and I will tell you why it's the best. I think Hajia Mariam, she can come and testify on open. She opened margin call on her coin. She can testify, unmute yourself and testify just to encourage others. Hajia Mariam, if I'm not going to inconvenience you, please, you can, with due respect, you can unmute yourself and just tell us your experience about the opening of margin call that you did. Hajia Mariam. Hajia Mariam. Okay, so I think she might be sleeping. Maybe she might have slept off.
I'm available. Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
thank you very much, Hajia. Oh, we
Can
can
you
hear you
hear
loud.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you
Okay,
loud.
I'm awake. I'm not asleep. Yes,
Okay.
honestly, I was making a lot of loss, and in fact, my signal was not even moving at all. So for like two weeks plus, it was just nothing, no profit. So when I watched those lectures you did and applied them, I opened more margin calls. In fact, I had to deposit more money because I was making profit every day. And since then, I make little profit every day, every single day. I earn something. And that was due to the margin calls that I opened. I'm really enjoying that, honestly. I added money, but since we made that correction now, I have stopped. It has not stopped any margin call. You understand? Initially, it was just eating the money and asking me to deposit. But after we did the proper setting, it stopped. But I get profit every day, every single day now. Honestly, so it's good to understand how to open more margin calls when you're at loss. Right now, one of my coins that we opened since February, it's in deep loss, almost 40%, but I am earning something from it. Little small money. Honestly, it's good to have a big capital to put into this business. That is when you know that yes, because when you make this profit daily and you see big money, maybe $100-$200 daily, it's something, honestly. It's really amazing, and it's motivating, actually. It's motivating. Yes, I'm really enjoying that. And I encourage everybody that is making loss to also open more margin calls, because I see a lot of people are still using the old system, having 5 margin calls, 7, 5, 3, 5, and leaving it like that, So opening more margin calls helps.
Will you
Adria,
say
you said it all. You said it all. That is just it. That's the fact.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hajia. I really
Thank you
appreciate
very much.
your
I appreciate you, Coach Stylists, honestly. Thank you very much.
all right. Okay, I think the second person I will call is King Williams Opara. Williams Opara, you can unmute yourself and give us your testimony. King Williams Opara. King Williams Opara, please can you unmute yourself and share your testimony or share your experience just to encourage others? I guess he must have slept off. Okay, so is there any other question again? Feel free to ask questions. If not that, okay. Someone is
raising up her hand. All right, you can speak up, please. Can you hear me? You can speak up.
I don't know whether they are even hearing us.
No, they are. Maybe it should be network.
Feel free to ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, you can't understand what you're doing, right? And don't forget, we are not collecting money. It is free of charge. We want to ensure that everybody understands right? But if you don't ask questions, you keep quiet and you're facing a challenge.
Okay, sir. I said there is someone on the group chat who is asking question actually. Hello.
Okay, someone say, okay, can Coach Mo help drop joining link for the WhatsApp group and also video on setting up the both API linkage to Binance? Coach Mo will attend to that. Coach Mo, there's a question on the chat that you can answer.
Yeah, I will do that now. Expect that now. I'll send it.
Okay. I want to believe that today's session, I want to close the session with analyzing ICP and tell you guys how much it can do. If it doesn't even do it, come to this Zoom and come. No, most of the things that we see, We are saying this from experience. We know what we are saying, and that's why we are saying we are challenging anybody. As long as you follow instruction and understand what you're doing, you can never be wrong. And I'm still saying this for the benefit of those that are just coming in late. This setting you're seeing, I'm still repeating it, I'm reiterating it. You cannot see it in any YouTube video. Go to YouTube and search for the set. You can see it there. You get every team has their settings, whether it's crypto ambassador, whether it's team 1, 2, 3, whether it's team superstar, whether it's team royalty, whether it's team unstoppable, whether it's crypto again, crypto Galaxy Crypto Academy. All these teams, I know they are leaders and they have their settings. So if you are sticking to a signal of a group, of a team, stick to their setting and stick to their style of picking the coin. Everybody's style is different. And Team Motion International, the settings is what we are showing, which is Magic 1, 2, and 3, of which we say 4 and 5 is coming. It's already there. We have it. It's not as if we don't have it for long. We don't want to. We are just keeping it there, just to make sure that everybody understand 1, 2, and 3 very, very well before we now share. That's if you would share. You get, and the style of picking the coin, master it. Don't go and say you are using our setting for another team's style. You get. So I will close the session. I will close the session. Can you guys see my screen? Coach Mo?
Yes, we can see your screen.
I will close the session with analyzing ICP. ICP is not a coin of RQTMI signal, but you just want us to look at it. We'll share, let me look for it. ICP USDT. ICP USDT. Now, when you see red like this, you are seeing money. But some people will see red and are scared. When you are seeing money. Okay, now, how do you trade this coin? How? If you look at it on the 4-hour, right, it has not come to touch this area that we would love, which is if it is an uptrend, 61.8% line. So in that way, we will not trade it on the 4-hour. See, we need it to touch this line. But we will not trade it because it has not. I can go to 1 day and trade it and see. 1 day, why am I not going to trade this coin on 1 day? Because of the fact that it's already on the sell, people are selling the coin. As I see red, people are using Binance Exchange to sell the coin. And you can see the RSI is already 98, telling you that the strength of the sellers are in charge. I will soon take over. The sellers will soon take over completely to sell the coin. But if you look at it on the 1 week, on the 1 week, we are not using 1 week to trade. We are just using 1 week to confirm trade. On the 1 week, which is in 7 days, you see the stochastic is on the buy zone. Wow, very good. And the current candle is green. Wow. Then I'll go and trade it on the which time frame, lower time frame that will give me. So now, if 4-hour is not giving me what I want, I can come to the 1 hour and wait for stochastic. You can see stochastic is already on the green, which is people will soon start to use Binance to buy. Well, I need the stochastic to point up. I can decide to enter this trade because I want the stochastic to point up first before I enter. Wait for the stochastic to point up, then I'll now enter. But if I want to measure, I measure to, because it's a downtrend where you see 0 at the bottom, 100 at the top. I measure toward the 38.2% line. That's for those that, Mama, I want to get out of this trade earlier. But if you really want to, it can still go and touch the 50% line or the 61.8% line. But we want to get out of the trade quickly. That's why we stop at the 38.2% line. Now you can see you have 0.9%, or you can just put 1% as your take profit. Somebody will say 1% is too small. It is you that is seeing it as small. If you have $20,000 as first, you have $100,000 and you have $25,000 as first buy, which is 25%, which is that magic 3. It takes, if magic 3 buys with $15, and if you remove 15 from this money, you have $24,985. If it picks the first margin call, you see, you have $25,000 on the coin, and you're making 1%, 0.01, that's $250. Is you that 1%? See, one thing you need to understand is the same percentage, the same way you will suffer yourself and look for a coin that will give you percentage, let's say 3%, is the same thing that somebody that has good capital will go and use that 3% that you're taking on your, let's say on your $100. If $100 is your first buy, if your $100 is your, sorry, if $100 is already for 25% of your money, which is, let's say you're trading $400, and $100 is your first buy and first margin called magic 3. Now, that same $100 you are using as already on the coin, and maybe let's say assume it doesn't buy second call or third call. If you're using magic 3, you're going to get $3. But that same money, somebody that used 25 is just about capital. Somebody that used $25,000, 25 as the first buy and first call, if he takes 0.13%, see what he's going to make, $750. You are making $3, he's making $750. This is why we say that if you are on Royal Q, because it's a business that you just had just shared, it is a business that you don't need to give anybody your money, so you have peace of mind to shout the business. It's just for you to understand. Even if you don't know how to, you don't understand it, go and bring the people that you bring into the business to this Zoom, for them to learn. As they are attending the meeting, you too should be attending like that. That's how you learn together. So that you get $30 if you're a V1 member, or $40 for V2 to increase your capital. This is how Dr. Money, the likes of Dr. Money, the likes of Makara, this is how they grew and their capital. Dr. Money is someone that made 100 million naira on this same application that you are using on your phone in 180 days. That's why we say that she's going to have a session with us on Wednesday to share the secret. How did she do it? Because some people don't really understand. Some people, when they come with 100, I don't want to share with anybody. I want to just trade only. You're trading with $100 and you're seeing $1, $2, $1, $0.5. Yes, it's money. You appreciate your small income. But if me and Coach Mo hide this thing that we are seeing today, Magic 1, 2, and 3, we hide it and say, no, Coach Mo, we don't need to share it. Let's hide it and trade ourselves. We have $100 or $500. We don't want to share anybody. We don't want to give anybody. Let's just be trading. Will you have gotten it? Will you have gotten it?
In addition to what you just said, Coach Sadiso, there is nothing like sharing an opportunity to somebody, just like you are saving somebody's life. There might be somebody out there that is looking for such opportunity or such business to invest in, but they have not seen one yet. So you telling somebody about it, you can change that person's life. So that is why it is not good to keep it to yourself. Tell your friends, tell people you know who even have the money to, who you think they have the money to invest. And with that, you before you know, you start growing team under your network, and you start earning from the profit, part of the profit they are making on their account, because Royal Q rewards everyone that is also building team. So you are not just inviting the person, you're also making money too. So everybody is making money here. So guys, please, sharing it is allowed. It is also it's also for your own good. So you build your own capital, and then you can use your capital made from the affiliate part to start trading, to increase your trading capital too. So share and share and share. Keep sharing, guys.
Now,
all right.
This coin that you see, that we say ICP, if you want to use it, if you want the three indicators to speak the same language, now we see the first one is stochastic has to point up. So you have to wait for stochastic to point up. Now, that's it. You are not set your alarm to check. Now, if it's a downtrend, 100 at the top, 100, you measure to 38% line. It's because we want to get out of trade quickly. Now, if you look at the Bollinger Band, you can see it has formed like this. It has come down like this. The next thing to do is to go up like this, which is M. This is what we used to see. Okay, if you want to use Bollinger Band, okay, is what it might go up like this and come down. So the next thing is targeting is up. So that's why we're talking about what is going up. This is how you use, or you can see the three conditions have been met. Three indicators they have spoke, they are speaking the same language now. So that's how you just pick your coin and you go and you don't need to even margin call. You already have a margin call 15%. So it means that if the coin did not go down by 15%, just you can see, if you measure from this place now, if the coin did not go 15%, you are still in the market. See, you see what somebody will say, why are you using 15%? You see, 15%. If it doesn't reach here, you are not out of the market. You see, when is it going to reach here? When is it going to reach here? That's why you see, we say we know what we're doing, we're using that 15%. If you're on this call, I want to believe there's nothing on Magic 1 to 3 that you do not know. I've already break it down for you guys. If you want to trade without margin, without analyzing, you know what to do. Everything I've been explained. Thank you very much for attending. In the absence of no more questions again, let me go to the chat and see. Some people with $100 want to make millions first before they invite anyone.
I just saw that now.
And they don't even attend the trading. That will help them understand how to earn better. It's true. Some people, you see them. I have a guy, Ibrahim, in my team. One guy, Ibrahim. He started $100 last year. I think early this year, or I think early this year or last year, with $100. He just spent 1 month and he stopped. I didn't see him again. He actually thought Royal Key is where you can use $100 to cash out $20,000. Yes, you can if you have a basket mouth. If you have a basket mount and you know how to market, you can. But if you don't have a basket mount and you have small capital, I don't want to share, how can you make it? Look at, okay, let me go back. Both of us, all of us here are Muslim and Christian. If Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, had hidden Bible and say only him want to use the Bible to go to heaven, only him, will you have gotten the Bible that you're using today? If Anabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam hide Quran and say only him want to use the Quran, he doesn't want to share with anybody, all the secret in Quran, he alone want to hold it. Will you have even seen the Quran today? It's because both of them share. That is why we are able to get it and also use it as is benefiting us today. The same thing, if you don't want to share, it means that you don't want to follow the prophet you are also following. That's what they did. It's just for you to understand what you are doing so that you share. Nobody is saying you must not share. Nobody, it's not by force to share. If I have big capital, I don't need to share. But you need to help a soul. A lot of people are looking for this thing. If you don't help soul, look at Nigeria today. One fuel is 537 naira per liter. Look at transport fee, look at salary, look at school fees. Your salary cannot withstand all those things. If you think your salary can, even if they are paying you 700,000 naira, it cannot stay. Cannot sustain it. It's not possible. If the day you die, what about the future of your children? What is the future of your children? Thank you very much for attending. In the absence of no question, tomorrow is another day. Bring in your prospect. Coach Mo will be taking the introduction part every time we meet. Then I will now continue from where we stopped today. Like tomorrow, I think tomorrow we'll be talking about the features of React, all the home, all these icons, because some of you guys don't really understand. I'm talking about the parameters that we impute on the React, the first buy, imagine call drop, whole motion take profit call back. I will explain that tomorrow by the grace of God. So you can try as much as possible to bring in your prospect to listen to what Coach Mo will say. I wish to say that the reason why this business is the best in the world is everything is done in your smartphone. You don't need to employ somebody for example, compare this business with a barbing salon business. They might end up scamming you because the person can barb and tell you that he didn't barb today, that you didn't make anything today. And there's nothing you can do. Or if you have a POS shop, as long as you're not the one there, the person that is there can still scam you. We will tell you, I'll run away with your money. That's something you can do. But in this case, everything is done on your smartphone. All you just need to do is an internet and understand what you're doing and use it to trade. That's all. And you're getting the knowledge free of charge. Nobody's asking you to pay. It is the business that your children can inherit when you die. No matter the money you have, some of you will think that maybe both of us, me and Coach Mo, we only did degree, maybe we are school dropout. both of us, we are a degree holder, and even me, I'm about to finish my master's, but I'm not playing with my royal queue. We don't play with royal queue because we know that the day we die, that is the end of our salary. Nobody can continue paying our family. That's why we are using this, so that at the day we die, our children will continue from where we stop. Coach Mo, you can close the session.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Salisu. This was a wonderful session, and I believe everyone here learned a lot from tonight's session. So please join us same time tomorrow. Invite your prospects, come and learn. And the more they learn, the more they earn. That's just how it works. So have a lovely night rest. See you all tomorrow. Good night.